Deciding where to go to college is a large decision for anybody to make, and for my cousin Matt was no exception. When Matt was deciding where he wanted to go to college, he was looking at both public and private universities. However, he finally decided that USC, a private institution, was a school he wanted to attend. Going to a private college like USC offered Matt the learning environment he needed to be successful and graduate on time, as well as some financial help if he needed it. Needless to say, and when it came time after his graduation to find a job to jumpstart his career, there was another USC alumni who helped him find his way. Needless to say, attending a private college definitely benefited Matt to help his career and have a great deal of success in his future. My topic today is to identify and describe for you some of the benefits that come along with attending a private college. I've been conducting research and gathering facts for a couple of weeks now, and have also been applying what I have learned to my own situation for where I want to transfer to. I'm sure a lot of you are planning on transferring to a four-year college when you're done here at FJC, and I hope that what you learned today will help you in making your decision. Today I will further describe for you how attending a private college will benefit your education, your wallet, and your career later on in life. The first thing I'd like to describe for you is how a private college can benefit your education. One of the benefits that a private college can offer more than a public school can is personal attention. Receiving more personal attention can help to ensure more individual success. Private colleges are generally much smaller institutions than public, and therefore have smaller class sizes and a smaller student-teacher ratio. This graph here shows the difference between public and private student-teacher ratios over the past few decades. In 1970, there was not much difference between their class sizes, but with newer times, now it's clear that the private schools in the red line have smaller student-teacher ratios than the public schools. When there is a smaller student-teacher ratio, there is more individual help available to those students who are confused. Giving more personal attention also creates an environment for students to participate more. Less outgoing students are more inclined to participate in a smaller classroom environment because they need to feel more comfortable, and this makes them have a greater ability to interact with and learn from their peers and professors. Now that you understand more about how a private college can benefit your education, let me tell you who can also help your wallet. Many students who attend a private college are available or have more opportunities for more scholarships and financial aid. Private colleges are able to offer more financial aid because of the close ties they have with their alumni who continue to donate money for these scholarships. This is a list of the 2012 top 10 colleges that have the most percentage of alumni donating to their school. All 10 of these colleges are private universities and institutions, and they all have at least 50% or more of their alumni donating to their school for scholarship, aid, students, as well as other activities. Private colleges offer more financial aid and scholarships to obviously attract more students to the university, to compete with other universities around public and private, and as well as to reduce sticker shock. Sticker shock is the feeling parents and students feel when they actually see how much their school is going to cost them. Because of the aid offered and available from private colleges, the cost students pay for tuition is much less than it should be and helps to relieve some of this sticker shock. This graph here shows compares the average private college tuition with the average cost a student actually pays. Over the past 6-7 years, the green bar shows that the cost of a private college tuition is rising, but the gray bar down here is showing that over the last 6-7 years has actually been decreasing for how much students actually pay after receiving financial aid or scholarships and grants. Going to a private college not only can get you an excellent education at an affordable price tag, but can also set you up with a great job when you're done. Private colleges frequently have well-known reputations and active alumni networks that can help you get a job after you graduate. An alumni network is a great way to start your search for a job because this is where you have access to the individuals who came before you and sat in your seats who are now higher up in the business world and are able to now hire and give back. Getting in touch with these alumni and building some sort of relationship with them is a great way to start or get ahead in your career. John Bennett, the director of Master of Science at Queen's University, says research tells us that 60 to 80% of jobs given are through personal relationships. These personal relationships mentioned are easily accessible through alumni networks from private colleges. The alumni students from a private institution feel more inclined to give back because they know what it's like, they've been there, and they know that there was someone helping them. There's a kind of revolving cycle that goes on in private college where you go there, you graduate, you get a job, you help back. And this is the kind of atmosphere that private colleges like to promote. Today I have better described for you how private colleges can benefit your education and learning, your wallet when it comes to tuition and aid and paying for college, as well as your career later on in life. These benefits of attending a private college are all key aspects that contribute to and affect your success in school and life after you graduate. Being able to get in touch with the alumni from private school is a great way to help your career and is one of the benefits from private college. Now that you all have a better understanding about what the benefits are for attending a private college, I hope that you will use this information and apply it to yourselves when you're looking at schools in the next year or two for where you want to transfer to next after Fullerton.
Honestly,
So, Deja, what did you think?
It was awesome. It was
Perhaps a little insufficient there.
it was really organized. She stated her purpose clear, and she gave us good information on why how private college would benefit us attending it, and she would give good information on each topic on her education, the wallet, and how it's going to benefit us if you attend the private college rather than the public one. Yeah, I thought it was good.
How about the visuals? What did you think of them?
Yeah, it related to her what she was speaking at the moment. So she would be presenting each of her topics.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, I think the final conclusion is you pretty clearly explained how you felt about it. Some of the details are maybe a little vaguer than they might be, but I'd agree with you on a lot of what you're saying. I like the opening story. I think it's tailored to this particular audience. You know, your cousin happened to be going to a good school as opposed to some other crappy school. So I thought that worked pretty well. And look, this is the right audience to be talking to about a subject like this at this point. And so I think there's some good audience analysis that's going on there. You've got a good justification for talking about this. There's pretty solid research early on, and I like the way that you integrated the slides into the information to present that data. And they're not always as convincing as they could be. That first one, I'm not exactly sure that the difference in the class sizes looks all that dramatic between the public and the private institutions, but you could see that there was a difference with the chart. That helped. I thought that you rushed the bar graph by a little bit quickly, and I wasn't quite sure what the especially since I'm paying for all this stuff still, I'm still trying to figure out, wait a second, does that mean that that's the proportion that I'm paying, or that I'm paying that much? It was a little unclear on that last one, but I thought that everything was inserted in the right spot and introduced very effectively, and usually gave a source citation on that information too. Do you see an advantage of maybe having a black slide instead of a white slide between the slides that you're showing?
Sure.
Well, it might be from either the audience's perspective or from the speaker's perspective. What do you think the advantage might be?
The light.
Yeah, I mean, the light is shining on your face. You've got lovely, but it's like a big spotlight right on you. And I think a lot of people, they're watching the shadow behind you. That's going on too, and that's so noticeable. And it's, I don't know, did you notice the light in your face when you were speaking?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So it's just one of those funny things that, well, you just pick that up as. Who's thinking about that kind of stuff? But that's one of those reasons that typically you use a dark slide as opposed to a lighter colored slide, because it's less distracting in the background and there's less in your face too. All right, and like I said, almost everything was really solid and good. The only things on the presentation that I would point out, you got nervous feet and hands.
Yeah.
And when you watch the speech, you'll see that. And like I said, we're working on that next time a little bit more, so don't panic about that now.